Hey, it's Nick from OrganizedRemains.com doing a personal reflection video. Aw, isn't that nice? So sweet. I figured I might as well start with one of the most well-known video games of all time, and that's Super Mario Bros. 3 for the NES. I remember sucking at it as a kid, and I still do to this day. I remember playing it and being like, video games are fun. You see, Mario 3 is one of the first games I've ever played, and it was fun. To me, it was like, oh, this is cool and entertaining. All video games must be like this. Like, the idea of even thinking of a bad video game didn't come across my mind until later on. Maybe it's because of my age, but I feel like we're missing out on that enjoyment now. As gamers, most of us are all reviewing the game in our heads. Oh, this mission is great, or I don't like how double jump works in this game. I'm guilty of doing the same thing, obviously. Nothing wrong with this view either, I just find it interesting. I don't have too many memories of Mario 3. Sure, it's great, and it still is amazing to this day. I was just too young. I'd love to know how I reacted to seeing an ice level for the first time, but I just don't know. I just remember having friends over, dying a lot, and getting the warp whistle. I, of course, know all the levels and music now that I've replayed the game over the years. It's just that first time, I don't remember. This led up to one of my childhood regrets. It happened at some yard sale, and I'm not sure how I got the idea. I do have some ideas, but no proof. I ended up selling my NES games controller and Game Genie at this yard sale for, if I remember correctly, $10. The guy didn't even pay with cash, but with a check. He probably didn't even think he was going to spend much, but ended up seeing an NES for $10. It's a good deal. I found an N64 with games for $7 at a Goodwill once. So I feel like it balanced out. That happened later on in my life when I became an adult. For my childhood though, I instantly regretted it after the guy left. To go back to Mario 3, I did have a copy of it on Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. I also ended up getting it for the Game Boy Advance, getting Super Mario All-Stars that came out for the Wii, and getting it off the Virtual Console for the Wii U. Now to go back to that second the guy left with the NES at the yard sale. This is where I believed I started developing hoarder habits. This doesn't make me a hoarder, but I did have thoughts similar to the people on that hoarder show. I was always afraid to let belongings go because what if I needed them later? I regret losing my NES, so why wouldn't I regret losing a Biker Mice from Mars action figure? I'm not a doctor, so who knows. I ended up getting an NES later on as a gift. I now own more games for the NES than I did before that day of the yard sale. That's a common theme with me. I own tons and tons of games. To the point people, and I actually mean people that are big gamers, think I have some sort of problem. I have over 800 games on Steam, and I think I have around that for console games. I don't think I'm addicted to spending money, but I'm addicted to finding and buying something when it's a good deal. A lot of the 800 Steam games came from indie bundles, Steam sales, and a small fraction of the games were given to me to review. Well, the majority of console games I got from a site called Guzex. It was a game trading site, and I ended up getting a ton of games on there for around $5 a piece. Sadly, the site isn't around anymore. You might think I'm just bragging about how many games I have, and you'd be correct. Or maybe you're saying that I don't even have that many, and that you have a lot more games than I do. To that, I would say that you have an addiction problem just like me. The biggest kicker is that I haven't even got close to playing most of these. I'm taking a guess and saying I've played between 200 to 300 of these 800 plus games on Steam. Super Mario 3, to how my brain works mentally, maybe is a weird way to connect things, and probably most people wouldn't reflect on Mario 3 this way. I just wanted to make this video personal and unlike any other video out there. Super Mario Bros. 3 will still live on as one of my favorite games of all time, and I still go back to it at least once a year, even if it's to play the whole game or just a level or two. Let me know what your thoughts about Super Mario 3, the NES, or hoarding are. Or maybe you just have a ton of Steam games you'd like to brag about. Let me know in the comments below. This is Nick from OrganizedRemains.com.